One night can change everything. One conversation, one unexpected moment of honesty, one simple connection can shift a man's entire world without him even realizing it at first. Sometimes it takes only a single evening for something inside him to awaken, something he didn't even know was waiting. But why does this happen? Why can just one encounter make him start seeing you differently, seeing you as someone he wants to hold close, someone he wants to choose again and again? That is because real connection touches a place inside a man that logic cannot fully explain. Today, we're looking deeper into the psychology of love and what it truly takes to reach a man's heart in a way that feels genuine, stable, and lasting. Love is not only about chemistry or sparks. Chemistry may attract him at first, but real love grows from emotional safety, mutual respect, patience, and sincerity. A man does not fall in love simply because of your beauty or the way you dress. He falls in love because of the peace he feels when he is next to you. He falls in love because you make him feel understood, seen, and accepted. He falls in love because he senses truth in you, truth that doesn't need to be performed. When he feels like he can be himself around you, something inside him softens. That feeling builds trust, and trust is the doorway to everything meaningful. If you're ready to create that kind of bond, these 6 core principles can help you understand love from a deeper place. They show what really touches a man's heart and what helps him stay committed to a relationship that feels right. Confidence is the first pillar. Real confidence isn't about perfect makeup, the right clothes, or having the best body. It's about the energy you carry. Confidence is the quiet belief that you are worthy of love, worthy of respect, and worthy of being treated well. When a man meets a confident woman, something in him becomes curious in a good way. Confidence sends a powerful message without saying a single word. I am enough exactly as I am. A woman who knows her worth doesn't need to demand attention. Her presence already speaks for her. And it's important to understand that confidence is not the same thing as arrogance. Arrogance tries to impress others and craves constant attention. Arrogance comes from insecurity. Confidence comes from self-respect. Confidence doesn't need an audience. It's calm, it's steady. You can see it in the way a woman stands, in the simple way she speaks, and in how she carries herself without trying too hard. Confidence shows in how she treats people with kindness, how she stays firm in her values, and how she does not lower herself just to be liked. Men are naturally drawn to women who stand strong in who they are. A confident woman does not change herself to fit into someone else's world. She does not beg for love or chase someone who isn't trying. She knows her value, she knows what she deserves, and she is willing to walk away if she is not treated with care. That kind of inner strength is incredibly magnetic. It sets a standard that says, if you want to be in my life, bring your best self, not for me, but for us. A man who is ready for real love respects that, but confidence is not just what you show on the outside. It begins inside your mind, in the stories you tell yourself when you're alone. A confident woman talks to herself with compassion, not criticism. She acknowledges her strengths. She sees her flaws, but doesn't shame herself for them. She accepts that being imperfect is human. When a man sees a woman who embraces her imperfections, he sees a woman who knows herself, and that is deeply attractive. That kind of emotional maturity makes a man feel safe enough to open up. Confidence also builds trust. Men want stability in a relationship. They want to feel like they're with someone who knows who she is. A confident woman doesn't need constant reassurance because her identity is not dependent on someone else's opinion. This emotional stability creates room for honest communication and reduces unnecessary fear and insecurity. When a man feels that foundation, he relaxes. He feels free to be real. And that's when love grows naturally. To build confidence, start small. Push yourself gently into situations that challenge you. Celebrate your wins, even the tiny ones. Focus on your strengths instead of dwelling on what you lack. Create a circle of people who uplift you and distance yourself from those who drain you. Take care of your mind, not just your appearance. And most importantly, stop comparing your life to others. Your journey has its own timing and its own beauty. Confidence is something you create each day. It's a choice. And when you choose to show up as your true self, even with your flaws, fears, and uncertainties, you radiate a strength that attracts everything meant for you. But once confidence draws him close, something else keeps him. Authenticity. In today's world, where everything is edited, filtered, and rehearsed, authenticity is refreshing. It feels honest. It feels warm. It feels real. Perfection might impress him for a moment, but it will never touch his heart. Authenticity will. Authenticity means showing who you truly are, not a polished version created to please him. It means letting him see your laughter, your quirks, your passions, your fears, and your dreams. It means dropping the mask and allowing him to experience your real personality. Men don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with the woman who isn't afraid to be real. When you are authentic, you give him the freedom to be authentic too. You make him feel safe enough to share his thoughts, his past, his mistakes, his hopes. That is the foundation of intimacy, the emotional connection that makes love last. Trying to appear perfect all the time is exhausting. It creates pressure and distance. When you let yourself be human, when you show your softness, your humor, your mistakes, your joy, you build closeness. Authenticity says, "This is me. I'm not hiding." That honesty invites him in. Authenticity also strengthens your confidence. When you live as your true self, you are quietly telling the world, "I trust that I am enough." And a man who is emotionally mature will gravitate toward that energy. When he sees that you are comfortable in your own skin, he becomes more relaxed too. There is no pretending, no guessing, no games, just two people being real. Another part of authenticity is emotional honesty. Many people hide their feelings out of fear of being rejected, misunderstood, or judged. But expressing your feelings in a healthy, calm, and respectful way creates deeper connection. It shows emotional strength, not weakness. It shows that you care enough to communicate. But expressing your true emotions, your joy, your sadness, your excitement, your doubts, creates bridges of understanding that simple conversations can never build. When you stop bottling things up and begin speaking your truth with calm honesty, something shifts. For example, if something is bothering you, saying it gently and clearly shows maturity. It might feel scary at first, but it shows courage, and courage earns respect. When you communicate from the heart, a man recognizes that honesty. He appreciates it because it gives him permission to be open too. It lets him know that you're someone who communicates with sincerity, not silence or confusion. Being authentic doesn't mean unpacking your entire life story all at once. It means being genuine moment by moment and allowing your personality to unfold naturally. Share your humor, even if it's unusual. Talk about your interests, even if they're things most people don't understand. Admit your victories, but also acknowledge your fears and your struggles. Let him see the fuller picture of who you are, not just the polished version you think will impress him. That realness is what sticks with him long after the moment has passed. Authenticity doesn't mean staying the same forever. It's about embracing who you are at this point in your life while still being open to growth. When a man sees you accepting your current self yet still reaching for better, it's powerful. It shows balance, groundedness combined with ambition. It tells him you're not just someone who lives honestly, but someone who can thrive, adapt, and rise through challenges. That makes you not just a romantic partner, but a teammate, a soft place to land, and a source of inspiration. The kind of woman who strengthens him without even trying, In a world that often rewards surface-level appearance, performance, and perfection, authenticity becomes almost revolutionary. It's quiet, but unforgettable. It's refreshing in a way that leaves a lasting imprint on someone's heart. Authenticity doesn't just capture a man's curiosity, it holds his attention, deepens his trust, and forms a connection that can withstand distance, time, or change. Yes, physical attraction may spark the beginning, but it's emotional intimacy that nourishes the relationship. Looks may turn his head, but emotional presence makes him stay. A meaningful relationship grows when a man feels deeply understood, seen, and valued for who he truly is. Many men grow up in environments where emotional expression is discouraged. They're taught to be strong, successful, controlled, and independent. They often carry silent weight on their shoulders. That's why emotional connection is such a powerful experience for them. It gives them a place where they don't have to perform. It gives them space to breathe. To build that kind of emotional depth, intentional communication is essential. Listen, not half-heartedly, not distracted. Truly listen. Put down your phone. Look at him. Show him you're fully present. When a man feels heard without being judged or fixed, he experiences something rare: emotional safety. If he talks about his dreams, fears, frustrations, or even simple struggles from his day, show that you care. It tells him that his inner world matters to you. It tells him that you value him beyond his actions or achievements. Empathy is another key part of emotional intimacy. Try to understand his perspective, even when you don't agree. Instead of offering instant advice or dismissing his worries, acknowledge what he feels. If he's stressed about work, don't rush to solutions. Try saying, "That sounds really overwhelming. I'm here for you." When you're attuned to his emotional state, it builds a deeper layer of trust. He starts to feel that he can show all parts of himself around you, the confident parts and the vulnerable ones. That's when love begins to root itself. Emotional connection flourishes when both people are willing to be vulnerable. If you want him to open up, you must be willing to open up too. Share your hopes, your fears, your thoughts, your uncertainties. Not in a dramatic way, but in a real human way. It creates shared emotional space where both of you feel seen. These are the quiet moments, the late-night conversations, the gentle check-ins, the soft admissions of worry or hope, where love truly grows. The power of emotional connection lies in its ability to turn simple experiences into meaningful memory. When you laugh together, comfort each other, support one another through stressful days, and walk through life side by side, something beautiful forms. Not just passion, not just romance, something deeper. You're building trust, you're creating safety, you're forming devotion that doesn't fade when things get tough. Love isn't defined by dramatic gestures or perfect behavior. It's shaped by the small, consistent acts of honesty, empathy, and presence. When you bring confidence, authenticity, and emotional depth into your interactions, you create a kind of connection that touches a man's soul. It gives him a reason to stay. It inspires him to invest, to grow, and to build a future with you. Let him see your real self, not the version you think will be easiest to accept. Vulnerability builds trust, and trust is the foundation of every lasting relationship. Another strong way to deepen emotional intimacy is through meaningful shared experiences. Spend time doing things that allow both of you to connect beyond words. Travel together, try new activities, share quiet evenings talking about your values, your dreams, your past experiences. These shared moments become memories, and memories become emotional glue. They help you understand each other's strengths, insecurities, and emotional needs with clarity. Physical attraction may bring two people together, but without emotional depth, the relationship can start to feel shallow or unstable. When a man feels emotionally close to you, he starts associating you with comfort, safety, joy, and understanding. That emotional tie becomes the foundation that keeps the relationship strong when challenges arise. Emotional closeness is what carries the relationship through stress, misunderstandings, or change. And emotional connection doesn't mean being serious all the time. Lightness, playfulness, joking around, and laughter matter deeply too. Shared joy builds intimacy just as much as vulnerable conversations do. Laughing together creates ease and comfort. It reminds both of you that love is also about fun, softness, and happiness. Emotional intimacy is about finding balance, being able to walk through life's highs and lows together while keeping a sense of unity, curiosity, and understanding. And most importantly, remember this: emotional connection takes time. It cannot be forced, rushed, or demanded. It grows slowly, naturally, through honest moments, shared experiences, and the willingness to be real with each other. It blossoms through repeated acts of honesty, vulnerability, and real communication. When you keep choosing to communicate openly, when you allow yourself to be emotionally present instead of hiding behind fear, you show him that you're not just attached to the idea of being with someone. You're genuinely invested in who he is beneath the surface. You're showing that you care for him, not as an image, not as a role, but as a human being with dreams, flaws, fears, and hidden layers waiting to be understood. In the end, physical attraction may begin the spark, but it is emotional connection that creates a flame that lasts far beyond the first moment of excitement. Emotional intimacy is what makes a man feel truly valued, deeply known, and emotionally tied to you in a way that is rare and unforgettable. When you nurture that emotional closeness, you're not just winning his heart, you're building a partnership shaped by trust, mutual respect, and genuine unity. And that is the kind of love that lasts through time, through change, and through every season of life. Every man carries within him a deep sense of purpose, something that gives direction to his life and meaning to his actions. For some men, this purpose may be connected to their career, creativity, or personal aspirations. For others, it may be tied to the kind of father, leader, or protector they want to become. This inner purpose is not just a goal he pursues, it's a part of his identity. Honoring a man's purpose is one of the strongest, most meaningful ways to bond with him, to support him, and to create a relationship built on admiration and respect. A man's purpose often reflects his deepest desires, his ambitions, and the legacy he hopes to leave behind. It gives him strength on difficult days and pushes him forward when life becomes challenging. When you show that you respect his purpose, you're communicating something powerful. You're telling him that you see him clearly, that you value the person he is becoming, and that you support the mission that drives him. That kind of affirmation reaches his heart in ways words alone can't explain. It tells him, "I recognize your inner world. I see your fire. I stand with you." But what does it truly mean to honor his purpose? It begins with understanding. Take the time to explore what inspires him. Ask him what he wants to accomplish. Ask what obstacles he has faced and what dreams he still holds on to. When you show sincere curiosity about his path, it proves that you're invested not only in the relationship, but also in his personal growth. Ask deep questions. Listen without interrupting. Let him open up in his own time. This kind of engagement builds emotional trust and tells him that his inner journey matters to you. The second part of honoring his purpose is giving him the space and freedom to pursue it. A man thrives when he feels trusted, when he knows his partner believes in him enough to let him grow independently as well as together. Love does not require constant closeness. It requires balance. If he is focused on building a business, working on a dream, or chasing a milestone, encourage him. Support him without demanding all of his time and attention. This doesn't mean ignoring your needs. It means creating a rhythm where both of you feel understood, appreciated, and empowered to flourish. It's also important to understand that a man's purpose is not fixed. It will shift as he matures, learns, and discovers more about himself. Respecting his purpose means being open to this evolution. Maybe his goals will change. Maybe he will outgrow a dream or start pursuing something new. Instead of resisting those changes, celebrate them. Growth is a sign of courage. When you show pride in his transformation, he feels loved not for what he provides, but for who he is. On the other hand, dismissing or belittling his purpose can cause emotional distance. If you criticize his ambitions or act uninterested when he speaks about his dreams, he may start pulling back. He may feel unseen or unsupported. Even if his goals don't completely align with yours, acknowledging his dedication strengthens your bond. Tell him, "I may not fully understand this path, but I respect your passion." Those words reassure him that his inner fire doesn't have to be hidden from you. Respecting his purpose does not mean sacrificing your own. Healthy love is built when two people continue pursuing their dreams while supporting each other along the way. When you focus on your growth, your goals, passions, and emotional well-being, you don't just strengthen yourself. You become a source of inspiration for him as well. This mutual growth forms a stronger emotional connection and allows the relationship to thrive without codependence. Honoring his purpose also means celebrating him in both triumphs and struggles. When he reaches a goal, be the person who cheers the loudest. When he feels defeated or uncertain, be the voice that reminds him of his strength and potential. Your belief in him can become a source of motivation that helps him push forward. When a man knows he has someone who stands beside him even on his hardest days, it creates deep emotional trust and gratitude. Ultimately, honoring his purpose is about valuing the whole man, not just the parts that are easy to love. It's about recognizing his dreams, supporting his direction, and encouraging him to stay true to the path that gives his life meaning. When you do this, you're not just supporting his goals. You're strengthening the emotional core of your relationship. A man who feels seen and supported becomes far more committed, loyal, and emotionally open. He begins to see you not only as a partner, but as someone who believes in his future, someone who truly understands him, someone he can build a life with. One of the most empowering foundations of any healthy relationship is the creation of boundaries. Many people misunderstand boundaries, thinking they create distance or limitations. But real boundaries are the opposite. They are a reflection of your self-worth, your emotional clarity, and your understanding of what protects your peace. For a man to love you wholeheartedly, he must understand your limits, and more importantly, you must show him that you are willing to honor them with kindness and consistency. Boundaries are not about controlling your partner. They're about creating mutual clarity about what is acceptable and what is not. They mark the space where respect and connection can flourish. When you express healthy boundaries, you are not shutting someone out. You are building a safe emotional environment where intimacy can grow without fear, without confusion, and without resentment. It's a quiet statement that says, "I respect myself in this relationship enough to make sure it's built on dignity and genuine care." Understanding your boundaries begins with understanding yourself. You have to notice your emotional needs, the things that make you feel uneasy, and the moments that shake your sense of safety. You must know what helps you feel stable, supported, and emotionally fulfilled. When you gain this kind of clarity, it becomes easier to express what you need without fear or confusion. Boundaries are unique to every person, and they are never about forcing someone to change who they are. Instead, they are about making sure you protect your peace, protect your emotional space, and protect the parts of you that require gentle handling. Once you understand your own boundaries, the next step is communicating them with calmness and respect. For example, if regular communication is important to you, you might say, I feel more connected when we check in consistently. It helps me feel like we're both present. Notice how this kind of communication is not demanding. It's simply expressing what supports you emotionally, and it invites the other person to understand you better. Setting boundaries with grace also means being kind but firm when those boundaries are crossed. There will be moments when someone steps over a line without meaning to. When that happens, responding with maturity helps you maintain trust. Instead of reacting with anger, you might say, "I felt uncomfortable when that happened, and I would appreciate us handling it differently next time." This way, you communicate your feelings clearly without attacking or criticizing. You stay calm, but you do not abandon your own needs. And it's just as important to enforce your boundaries as it is to communicate them. If you continue to allow a behavior that goes against your comfort or peace, your boundary slowly loses strength. When you stand firm, kindly, but steadily, you show that you respect yourself and expect the relationship to operate with the same level of respect. This kind of consistency teaches him how to treat you, and it shows him that you take the relationship seriously. Boundaries help you stay grounded. They allow you to stay connected to your inner world even when emotions rise or when the relationship faces challenges. They give you the mental space to think instead of react, breathe instead of panic, and speak from clarity instead of fear. When two people honor each other's limits, they create a space where both feel safe, appreciated, and deeply understood. This kind of emotional safety is what makes love grow stronger instead of weaker. Boundaries aren't walls meant to push someone away. They are gentle guidelines meant to protect closeness, not destroy it. They show him that you are confident enough to speak up for yourself and that you expect the relationship to run on mutual respect. When you express your needs with compassion, you not only gain his respect, you inspire him to treat you with even more care and attention. A man will often rise to meet the level of emotional maturity you show him. Consistency is also part of setting boundaries with grace. If you say you need something but never stand by it, it sends mixed signals. For example, if you say you won't accept a certain behavior but then continue to allow it, he might assume it's not a real boundary. A man respects you more when your words match your actions, when he sees that you honor yourself the way you expect to be honored. This builds trust because he knows exactly what matters to you. At the same time, boundaries don't need to be hard or unchangeable. Life shifts, situations evolve, and relationships deepen. As trust grows, emotional safety increases, and you may find that certain boundaries soften because you feel more secure. Grace means knowing when to stand strong and when to gently adjust. It's a balance between protecting your well-being and allowing room for deeper emotional closeness. Boundaries aren't only about saying no. They're also about saying yes to peace, to emotional growth, to healthy connection, to your values, and to your personal happiness. When you choose to protect these parts of yourself, you communicate that you honor who you are. And when you show a man the standard at which you treat yourself, he understands the standard at which he must treat you too. This sets the tone for the entire relationship. People often believe that boundaries push men away, but the truth is the opposite. Boundaries attract the right man, the man who genuinely values you. When you are clear about what you need and what you won't accept, it shows strength, confidence, and self-respect. These are qualities that deeply draw a man in. A man who loves you will not only respect your boundaries, he will admire your courage for expressing them. Leading by example is just as important. Respect your own boundaries and respect his as well. A healthy relationship is not one-sided. When you honor his needs and his personal space, you show him that you care about his emotional world too. This exchange of respect builds trust and forms a connection where both feel seen and safe. At its core, setting boundaries with grace is about creating a relationship environment filled with kindness, honesty, and emotional awareness. It's not about isolating yourself or keeping people at a distance. It's about building a healthy space where love can grow without forcing you to lose your identity or abandon your emotional needs. When you handle boundaries with honesty and emotional intelligence, you protect your heart and allow yourself to love without fear. You show him that love with you is something meaningful and grounded, something that requires effort, respect, and presence. Love isn't something that appears out of nowhere. It's something two people build together, day by day, choice by choice. Men don't fall in love because of how you look or what you say in a single moment. They fall in love with the way you make them feel. They fall for the woman who brings depth, who stands strong in her truth, who communicates openly, and who moves through the relationship with sincerity and warmth. If you want to secure his heart, don't chase him. Inspire him, lift him, challenge him to grow into a better version of himself. Show him, through your actions, that love can be both soft and strong, gentle and powerful. Remind him that a real partnership is built by two people willing to understand, support, and rise for each other. Let your presence make his world feel bigger. Let your strength encourage his purpose. Let your emotional honesty soften his fears. Love is created through honesty, respect, purpose, and boundaries that protect both people. When you bring all of this together, you create not just a relationship, but a lasting connection. So be that woman, the woman who chooses authenticity, who speaks from the heart, and who carries herself with intention and grace. When you do, you don't just capture a man's attention, you capture his loyalty, his effort, and his deepest form of love. You give him a reason to stay, to grow beside you, and to love you in the way you truly deserve.